She laughed across the starlit hall and said, "Guess my name and you'll marry me." A casual dare spoken by an alien empress as humanity's envoys stood surrounded by enemies. Earth was losing the war, our fleet shattered, our colonies burning. I was only a linguist, dragged here as ceremony decoration, yet her eyes locked onto mine with curiosity, challenge, and something dangerous. Laughter echoed while extinction quietly waited beyond the palace walls. The galaxy knew her species as conquerors who erased names from history, yet they revered names above all else. A true name bound destiny, law, and biology. To guess it was impossible, fatal even. Humans were given one cycle before annihilation. Her laugh faded, replaced by expectation. I realized this was no joke but ritualized predation, and somehow, she wanted to see if a human mind could survive it. I had studied dead languages, not living gods, yet patterns whispered to me. Her people encoded identity in sound, mathematics, and stellar resonance. Every banner, every step she took hummed the same sequence. Around us, alien fleets aligned, weapons primed. This was the last performance before humanity's curtain fell. I inhaled, realizing that guessing wrong meant death, but guessing right meant binding myself forever. I spoke a sound never before uttered by humans, shaped from star frequencies and mirrored gestures. The hall went silent. The Empress stiffened, laughter gone, shock rippling through her court. I had guessed her true name. Ancient laws activated instantly, binding her to me by her own challenge. Alarms wailed as the palace recognized a legal union. Humanity's execution paused, replaced by chaos. Marriage to their ruler meant shared fate. Alien law was absolute, older than war. The Empress stared at me, not angry but impressed. Humanity was no longer prey, but kin, protected by her throne. Yet protection carried expectations. I had become a political weapon overnight. Outside, fleets hesitated, awaiting new commands. Inside, I wondered if saving humanity had doomed me to something far worse. The war did not end. It transformed. Rival alien civilizations rejected the Union, declaring both our species abominations. Assassins hunted us across stars. I learned her laughter hid centuries of loneliness, and she learned humanity's stubborn refusal to kneel. Together, we stood at the center of a galaxy tearing itself apart, bound by a name spoken once, now echoing endlessly through history. Enemies attacked our convoy near a dead sun. Their weapons shattered moons, yet human improvisation turned wreckage into shields. She watched our pilots sacrifice themselves without hesitation and finally understood what humanity truly was. Not weak, not lucky, but relentless. In that battle, I saw her stop laughing forever, replaced by something fiercer. Respect had become love, forged under fire. The galaxy's council demanded proof of our bond. Failure meant universal war. The test was cruel. One of us must die for the other. Alien tradition valued symbolic sacrifice. Humanity valued choice. I volunteered without hesitation, knowing my death would save billions. She reached for me, laughter breaking into grief, and for the first time, an empress begged a human to stay. That was the twist they never anticipated. By alien law, a ruler who truly loved could not accept sacrifice. The moment she refused my death, the ritual inverted. The council gasped as ancient systems recognized a higher bond. The test was never about death, but empathy. Humanity had changed their oldest law simply by being human. The council surrendered authority to our union. Fleets stood down. Humanity was no longer a client species, but a founding power of a new galactic order. She laughed again, softer now, no longer cruel. I realized I had not married an empress to save Earth. I had married the future, rewritten by a single guest name. Reconstruction followed war. Humans and aliens rebuilt shattered worlds together. Technology, once used for annihilation, now healed planets. Yet whispers spread that our children would carry both species' true names, capable of rewriting reality itself. Some feared them. Others worshipped them. I watched new stars rise, knowing hope often frightens those who thrive on control. A rebellion rose, led by those who believed humanity corrupted the galaxy. They struck Earth first, hoping to break me. Instead, they unified us. Humanity rallied with allies once sworn enemies. The Empress stood beside me, laughter replaced by iron resolve. This was no longer survival. This was defense of a shared civilization. The final battle burned across 3 systems. I coordinated languages of war, translating instincts into strategy. She led from the front, laughing once more as enemy lines collapsed. Humanity did not dominate through fear but adaptability. We won not by erasing our enemies, but by forcing them to confront what unity looked like. When silence returned, the galaxy was forever altered. The rebels were defeated, but spared. A choice that shocked everyone. Humanity insisted mercy be written into law. The Empress agreed, laughing at how a fragile species kept reshaping immortal rules. Power, we learned, was restraint, not destruction. Years passed. Our marriage became legend, often retold as a joke that saved the universe. Children learned it as history, not myth. The galaxy stabilized, guided by shared governance. Sometimes she still teased me, asking if I remembered the sound I guessed. I always did. It was the sound of humanity refusing to disappear. Yet the universe is never finished testing hope. Beyond known space, signals emerged, older than any civilization. Something listened when I spoke her name. We prepared again, not with fear, but experience. Humanity had grown from prey to partner, from survivor to architect. Whatever waited beyond, we would meet it together. I finally understood why she laughed that day. It was never arrogance. It was hope disguised as humor. She wanted someone unexpected to succeed. Humanity had always been that answer. As we crossed into the unknown, I felt no fear. Names, after all, only mattered because someone dared to speak them. The ancient presence revealed itself not as an enemy, but a witness. It had watched civilizations rise and fall, waiting for one that chose connection over conquest. Humanity qualified.
So did she.
Together, we inherited a legacy older than time, entrusted to guide reality's fragile balance. The galaxy entered an era of guardianship. Not gods, not rulers, but stewards. Humanity's story spread to distant stars, inspiring others to challenge inevitability. All because an empress laughed and a human listened carefully enough to answer. In the end, my name joined hers in galactic memory, inseparable. Humanity was no longer measured by survival, but by what we dared to change. She sometimes still laughed and asked if I would guess her name again. I always answered yes because the universe was still listening.